What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 realistic trades for Kevin Durant since his recent request of a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. Now, this is a very hot topic because Kevin Durant has shown a history of leaving teams because of them not succeeding in the playoffs. He wants to win a championship, but he doesn't want to win it on his own. He likes to join super teams like he did in Golden State and in Brooklyn. So a lot of teams could possibly get him, but we'll just have to wait and see. These are my 5 personal trades that I think could happen. They're all realistic, and I hope you guys enjoy. Now, Kevin Durant had a very good 30-point, 7.4 rebound, and 6.4 assists stat line this season, which is excellent for him. And this is how Kevin Durant plays. He can provide an amazing offensive game to a team, as well as decent defensively. And overall, he's going to make your team into a championship contender. So these 5-6 teams all would be championship teams with Kevin Durant. Now, the first trade involves the Brooklyn Nets and Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks get Kevin Durant, and the Nets get Tim Hardaway Jr., Spencer Dinwiddie, Durant Finney-Smith, and 2 first-round picks in the next 2 years. Personally, I like this trade a lot. The Mavericks get Kevin Durant, who is an all-pro former MVP, which would be amazing alongside of Luka Doncic, and finally get him that help that he needs. And the Nets, in return, get a great 3-and-D defender, Tim Hardaway Jr., a decent point guard, Spencer Dinwiddie coming back to Brooklyn, and Durant Finney-Smith, who's also a great 3-and-D power forward who can play for them, and 2 first-round picks that could result in something in the future. I think this is a fair trade for both sides, as I think the Mavericks turn into amazing championship contenders, and the Nets are rebuilding for the future. The next trade is a trade between the Brooklyn Nets and the Chicago Bulls. The Brooklyn Nets will get Nikola Vucevic, Kobe White, Patrick Williams, and 2 first-round picks in the next 2 years, and the Bulls get Kevin Durant. Now, personally, I think this trade is perfect for both teams. The Bulls get Kevin Durant, what possibly makes them finals favorites for next season, and the Nets get Nikola Vucevic, who's a must-needed center they've needed for a long time, Kobe White, who's showed promise as a point guard, maybe backup, or he could start next to Kyrie. Patrick Williams was only a high first-round pick a few seasons ago, and then 2 first-round picks, which would be good and could result in something in the future. I think the Bulls turn into finals contenders, and the Nets turn into a team that are building for the future, but still decent. Now, my next trade is very unrealistic, but it involves the Warriors and the Nets. The Warriors get Kevin Durant and Seth Curry, and the Nets get Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and James Wiseman. Now, the reason why I don't like this trade is because the Warriors with Kevin Durant are unstoppable next season. They also get a great sharpshooter of Seth Curry, while the Nets, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, and James Wiseman is a good return package and would also make the Nets probably a great team out of the Eastern Conference, and they would still make the playoffs, but I don't think the Warriors get Kevin Durant. It's unrealistic, and it would be unstoppable if it happens. Moving on to the next trade, we got the Portland Trailblazers and Brooklyn Nets. Damian Lillard is making it seem like Kevin Durant might actually go there. And in return, Kevin Durant goes to the Blazers. The Nets get Eric Bledsoe, Josh Hart, Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, and 2 first-round picks. I think this is a good trade for both teams. The Blazers get Kevin Durant, what possibly makes them finals contenders and back in the playoff race. And the Nets get a lot younger. Anthony Simons, Shaedon Sharpe, and 2 first-round picks is going to make them a good team in the next few years. Josh Hart's a good 3-and-D player off the bench, and Eric Bledsoe really is coming to an end of his career, but he can still perform at a decent level. I think the Nets get young, and they won't, and this is making them a lot worse now, but in the future I think they'll get better, and the Blazers definitely are going to be back in the playoff race with Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard next to each other. My next trade involves the Miami Heat and Brooklyn Nets. The Nets get Kyle Lowry, Max Strus, Tyler Hero, and a first-round pick in return for Kevin Durant. Now, this trade is great for both teams because the Nets with Kyle Lowry, Max Strus, Tyler Hero is still a playoff team, while the Heat become finals favorites with Kevin Durant. And this Heat team may be unstoppable with Kevin Durant, while the Nets still would be a decent play-in team. Moving on to the next trade, we have a trade between the Brooklyn Nets and Phoenix Suns, which maybe is the most speculated trade going around, as the Suns will get Kevin Durant, Seth Curry, and the Nets will get Mikal Bridges, DeAndre Ayton, and a 2023 first-round pick. Now, like I said, this trade has been speculated a lot, and it is rumored to be Kevin Durant's preferred destination in Phoenix. I think this is a good trade for both teams as the Suns get Kevin Durant, which makes them possibly finals favorites, and Seth Curry, who's a great sharpshooter off the bench. The Nets get Mikal Bridges, who's a great 3-and-D defender, DeAndre Ayton, who's a great rim protector, and a future first-round pick. Now, what do you guys think about these Kevin Durant rumors? Tell me in the comments where you think he'll go, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.